Well, friends, here we are. 7 days in a row confirmed. Mr. Seven, thank you, sir. Covering me 7 days in a row, bro. What, 7 days is like, that's free. So I think I am living inside your head. And I've got my legs spread out on the sofa. I'm drinking orange juice. I've got a party in there. Sometimes I go to sleep for a long time. Wake up, I'm suddenly loud again, having fun in there. I think fascinating, friends, for the pulse chain community is there's some insight into human behavior and psychology here because, okay, Israel Elisha says, you're right about Sommi. He lost the plot a long time ago after Richard Hart talked about eHEX and the community choosing HEX. Now, I remember 85 days ago-ish being here and with 200,000 other people in the pulse chain community and 200 million crypto people not in the community watching as the founder tweets his coin down minus 89%. Bank. And Alicia was here too, and so was Mr. Seven. But what I find most fascinating is we all saw it. We watched it go down. And then we watched the yield farms for eHEX and pHEX appear, and then they got rugged on PulseX. And then we watched this radio silence, and then we saw the market has chosen. While expecting a great rotation to happen, instead what the market did was it goes, guess what, man? We don't just like eHEX, okay? It's not just that, but we're going to dump pHEX too, which is exactly what happened after that point here. So it was right here, friends. pHEX drops from that point 78%. And what I found most fascinating, right? So friends, if I show you all of these and I don't tell you the human reaction, you would probably expect everybody to universally say, well, clearly the founder's lost his plot. The founder's gone nuts. Why would you fudge your own bag? I mean, like, I clearly remember you streaming for 2 years, calling people who fud their own bags as completely stupid. Why don't you just shut your mouth? That's what a normal human reaction, that's what 99.9% of people are saying. But instead, we have people saying, no. It's the people buying the fudded coin, they've lost the plot. How does that work, friends? How did they get to that conclusion? You mean the guy who's literally accumulating this rounded bottom and who has experienced a reversal off the bottom. It went up, look at this, friends. It went up 290%. Okay, so pretty much, friends, they were all talking about it down here. So we've gone up from that point. It's up like 60% against Pulse, the Spear. And I'm sitting back baffled, like, wait, did you pay attention during this time? And then, friends, you go further along your rational thoughts and you go, oh, it's just cognitive bias. That's all it is. It's literally, in markets, in stocks, everything, right? We form an emotional connection to our portfolios. All right. And when people believe in something, especially in crypto, we really believe in something. Okay, that's the motto of this cycle, by the way, believe in something. So first we had HODL, 2017, 2021 was Diamond Hands. Now 2024, 2025 is believe in something. So it's even etched into here. So when you believe in something, especially having this a connection, what actually means is you go, well, this thing I'm in has no price too high. And every price that you ever see is a price too low. So it's good for a long-term view if you're on the right unicorn winner. But very bad for an investment strategy, right? Only like the top 5% actually going to make it, right? So it is fascinating to see this thing play out in real time. Observations appear. Peppy pops up, Dog with Hat pops up, Solana and Coinbase have meme coin seasons. VC insider grifters are opening coins at $1 billion valuation and the market rejects them. We're seeing that over and over and over again. And yet, Once again, after a big rotation down, after we expect meme coins and altcoins to get destroyed to zero, they find the floor, new ones pop up, and they keep going up, maintaining strength while everything else is disintegrating. You're like, wait, how on earth can you explain that? And you just realize, friends, the observations there, they don't even really need explaining. You can see it forming because, friends, we're trading attention and network effects, okay? But once you have that emotional bond with your portfolio, with these coins, once you've firmly made your decision, that's why this is like new investors, friends especially. A lot of people do this the whole life, but they still never get it. They can never let go, ever. They can never let go. And therefore, anybody else who isn't in their coin or has an opposing view or even points out something that's clearly happening, wrong, they'll accuse you, you're wrong, FUD, you've lost the plot, etc., etc. So these words, they're thrown out by default. That's why they never faze me, friends. That's why I'm built for this game, this chiseled jaw, built for this game. I know, wait a minute. You mean the guy who hasn't retired is telling me how they think the world works? Okay, sweet. See what I mean? Friends, I always put myself in other people's shoes. Imagine you were a plumber for 15 years, you go into someone's house, right, and they're a doctor. They've never looked at a pipe in their whole life. And they're telling you, no, you got to use the 9mm with this 30cm thing. You got to use the wrong tool. You'd be like, dude, stick to fixing people and stitching them up. I've been a plumber for 15 years. You see that, friends? Just always think about that. Always. I always do think about it. It's the same thing in investing. It really is. Okay? But people run away with this type of thinking because you can grab a founder who always says, look at all these other poor people. Follow me. But what I've had to do is I look at every coin and I'm like, interesting how every single founder of every single coin says they are in the unicorn. Pretty much. Their own ways of saying it. We're in the unicorn. We're going to keep growing. We're great. We'll be here forever. Everyone says that, friends. Everyone. And when I'm like, wait a minute. Everyone's saying the same thing. They just say it in their own language, in their own different ways. But I know statistically, there's only a few unicorns. There's a Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then everything else pretty much has to fight for relevance over time. See? Everybody is always like trapped with this mentality. It really is a trap. You have to expose yourself to it, but also know where you stand. Luckily for all of us, friends, the bull market is nowhere near done, but you're just preparing yourself here and there because ultimately you will learn the demise of investors will always fall back on greed. Because the money units will keep it going up. You'll eventually get these whales coming in, people storing wealth in whatever asset you're in. And then the cycle will complete itself. And it always gets to a point where the majority will say, well, you know what? Just another 3 to 4x will do. Yeah, just another, another 3 to 4. That's what ends up happening, okay? You never want to get to that point. Because if you got to that point, it means you weren't long enough. It means you didn't do the right strategies enough. It means you still need another 3 to 4x, and that's exactly you have back to 2021. Okay, so look, friends. I mean, I'm here 18 hours a day. Bitcoin broke the all-time high. Ethereum almost $4,000. You see, many altcoins still on the floor. And instead of buying old stuff, what do people do? They bought new stuff. They bought new memes. Pepe erupted. Dog We've Had erupted. They're buying the Popcats. They're buying Coinbase memes. See what I mean? They're buying Dick with Butt. They're buying HOA. Tang Gang things pop up. You see? The Gophers have their own seasonal run. Hexy Bastards 9-inch. These things are arising, friends. They are. And people can choose to ignore them, but I don't really care because I don't come in with using my mouth. Okay, a lot of other people like to use their mouths to suck on lollipops. All right, I don't do that. I use my ears. Okay, I use my ears and I put my chest to the floor of the market. Okay, and I try to just feel its heartbeat. I'm like, what are you actually doing right now? So we have to get in tune. That's why I'm always breathing in, breathing out with the market. What are people doing? Because friends, ultimately, at the end of the day, there's nothing inherently special about anything in crypto, okay? None of them produce cash flow. So there's a certain number of currency units and people allocate in certain ways. There's certain patterns. And there's observations we can use, figuring out ratios and all these other things out here to try and figure out, hey, Mr. Market, if I pluck any person out, they don't know what they're talking about. However, if I look at all your collective pricing summary, you are saying something. That's what our goal ultimately here is to do, friends. So when I see these observations like, oh, wow, you know that founder tweeted this coin 87% and you're calling the guy buying it as someone who lost the plot. What's going on in your brain? What are you seeing differently to me? And then I realize, friends, actually what ends up happening is, what you end up seeing, friends, is the truth is, remember I told you that I made that video, friends, green candles make you smarter. Yeah. Red candles make you scared. Yeah, sweet. So they're probably looking at this, friends, right? Ultimately, all they're doing. See, when I say that, friend, that's why a lot of people, I'm just helping show you, okay, whilst wearing a Make Memes Great Again hat, okay, I want to just share with you just this knowledge for free. Highest value content in crypto. Make sure you like, subscribe. Telling you that if you take things personally, you're never going to get anywhere in life. No way, friends. You know, there are some people out there, they're walking along the street, someone, you know, yells out of a car, hey, you're ugly and you're a loser. Yeah, some people are violent and they're like that much of a loser, they will go and attack them. Because like, no, man, you can't say that stuff to me. Friends, they're just words coming out of people's mouth. They don't actually mean anything. They don't mean anything. I know your brain will try to interpret them, but if you want to win at this game, okay, you have to be Lionel Messi on the pitch, and half the stadium is praying for him to miss the penalty kick. They're praying for him to get injured. They're yelling profanity at him. You understand that? You have to understand this is just a reality of the things around you. So in this game, the reality is people are just talking with their mouths all day. And even me here, right, with the spotlight, I have all these like words, attacks, oh, you're bad, all these, that. These literally mean nothing, man. They mean nothing because I've given you like this insight to tell you, you know, all these people, their mouths are only so sharp and so witty and so aggressive because the prices are down. And I equally know, I go, you know, if we could get this chart up, what ends up happening? Okay, they shut up straight away. I've seen it every time, literally every time. Okay. So you can't go off what people are saying and be in sync with their direction. You know, okay, they're saying bad things, you get short. They're saying good things, you get long. Okay, it can't be that two-dimensional with you. Otherwise, you end up buying the tops and selling the bottoms, okay? But ultimately, at the end of the day, I hope you've learned something because we're going to see more and more of this throughout the bull market because, look, at the end of the day, yeah, I want everybody to win, but ultimately, there will be winners and losers, just like there were last cycle, okay? I know it's funny. Everyone sits here and laughs like, oh, yeah, you just have to buy the dog coins. Yeah, back then, friends. Yeah, good luck because, you know, 80 to 90% of the entire crypto industry was underexposed and caught offside because their favorite coins from the previous cycles never went and broke their all-time high. XRP, Litecoin touches, it goes down, Tron, all these ones that were beloved, right? Only Cardano did, only Dogecoin did, pretty much from previous cycles. So you have the other 100, they didn't. All right? So what makes you think you're so special? You're definitely on the right one. That's what you have to ask yourself. Why am I so special? Well, ultimately, at the end of the day, friends, I don't know how things can change. I can just tell you one thing. In my strategy, I know if you buy cheap prices, the narrative fixes itself later. You get that? If you buy cheap prices, just trust that the narrative will fix itself. There are people who are going to be watching Season 1, Season 2, Season 3, altcoin chain 1, 2, 3, 4, pop, 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 buying highs, don't know what's going on. All these things are popping, new tech, and they're still not retired. They're still not retired. So it's very easy for a narrative to ignite on something which has perceived cheap value. But this type of built-up, pent-up demand, it'll only reveal itself at the very, very end. That's why, I mean, if you want the cheap prices, this is not on anybody's radar, friends. That's why you're looking at something like eHEX down here. Yeah, no one's even talking about what I'm talking about. Friends, I'm literally the only person in the Pulse Chain and Hex community who's even dared to usher the thought. I go, you know what, man? I bet that as eHEX's price goes up, all the people who shat on me are now going to start shilling eHEX because they've got stakes coming out and they actually realize, oh, wow, it's actually profitable. We can make some money out of this. I guarantee that's going to happen because it happens in every other coin. It does. And it's going to be marketed differently again. And guess what, friends? Go back and read Johnny Chaos's pro eHEX tweets from literally 9 months ago. It's all the same. It's literally the exact same thing. It's just literally we're going to be in a different sentiment of the market, okay? Now, you have to do this with every coin, by the way. Every coin. The good thing, though, is if you're early, a lot of it gets taken care by itself. You know, a low price cures all. That's it. Friends, a low price cures all. Don't ever forget that. And don't forget, the bull market's still on. Coinbase App Store ranking, you know, Ty Lopez. Hopefully Ethereum goes up to that $7,200 zone. I can see the future. It's pretty good. I can also see our friendship pre-confirmed. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, or catch you soon.